Hi, welcome to our channel. I'm Josie.
And I'm Arthur.
We're glad to have you here, and this is our very first official video on our channel, Arthur and Josie. If you're watching this and you've landed on this channel for any reason, please don't leave without subscribing to our channel. We plan to upload marriage-related content every week, and if that's something you're interested in, please join us in our family. And today's vlog is about the Christian couples tag.
Yeah, and what we've done is we've come up with some questions which are hopefully going to help you get to know us better. And I will start off with the first one. Where are we from?
I'm born in Uganda, and you're born in?
Well, I am from Uganda, but I was born in Kenya. My parents lived there for a while. That's where I was born, all my siblings. But my parents are Ugandan, and we moved back to Uganda when I was around 8.
And myself, I'm born and raised in Uganda. I've never lived anywhere apart from the times when we moved to England. But born and raised in Uganda, and we moved to England, Arthur and I, the very first time. We've lived in England for a total of 6 years, and that has been split within 2 years in Manchester. Went back home, came back. We've lived here for 4 years now. So I could say a total of 6 years in England. So, yeah.
Yeah. Okay, good. And when did you accept Christ as your Savior?
I accepted Christ as my Savior, I could say 18 years ago.
That would be 2001?
Yes, it was 2001 in April. Yeah, it's been 18 years ago.
Yeah, and I accepted Christ in 2003. It was after high school. There was a youth conference by someone who he happened to have been a famous music DJ, and he gave his testimony on accepting Christ and at that youth conference, and that's where I accepted Christ as well. And it's been an interesting journey over the last 18 to 16 years for both of us as Christians. And how long have we been together?
Oh, I think we've been together for a total of 15 and a half years, almost.
Yeah, just over 15 years.
No, almost 16 years actually, yeah. Because we shall be 16 in January. Yes. And of those, we dated for 4 years, and I've been married for 10 and a half years. Yeah. Yeah,
yeah. And we've enjoyed each other's company. We do have children. We have two lovely kids, a boy who is 8 and a girl who is 5. They keep us on our toes, but we love them just as they are.
That's true. Actually, our next question was, do you have any children? And if you do, how many? And probably to add on to that, our son is Arthur Kyle, and who is 8, and our daughter is Hadassah Feza, who is 5.
She's 5.
Yes, I'd almost forgotten. Yeah.
She's 5. Who said I love you first? That was me. That's how I asked her out. It might be a strange thing, but that was us back then.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was I who said I love you first. And then she said it as well. And we've said it to each other every day since.
Yep.
It was back in 2005, I think it was.
Back in 2005, yeah.
Yeah.
It was that.
Yeah.
Then what was your first impression of each other?
What was your first impression of me?
I've asked the question, so you have to answer first.
Yeah, so I first saw Josephine in, I think it was 2004. I was meeting up with some friends at church, and she happened to walk into the room, and I thought to myself, oh, she's a beautiful, very beautiful girl. That's what I thought. And she was very, very pretty. Yeah. And well, I still do think she's very pretty, and she's grown more pretty since. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
And I think my first impression of each other, in all honesty, the first time I saw him, I don't think he's a guy I thought I would end up with. It was in a school, what should we call it? I don't want to call it. We call it a seminar, but
a seminar or conference of sorts.
Conference, school.
Secondary school.
So we had met from different schools in that conference, and it seemed to be the boy who seemed to know everything. So he wasn't a favorite of so many of us. That was the first time I met him. And fast forward, when I met him again in that choir, after noticing that, oh, there was a new boy in the choir, I didn't really think much until we started talking. And I discovered that he was actually a caring boy. He was a nice one. By then he was a boy. That's why I'm using terms like boy then, yeah.
Yeah, and so, yeah, the first time she saw me was at that seminar. I did not actually get to meet her then. That was
we
when,
so many people.
Yeah, that was when she saw me. I think I was presenting on behalf of my school, and she had come along with her school, which was a different school from mine.
Yeah.
So we didn't actually get to meet in person until, I think it was about 2 or 3 years later.
Yeah.
After that time that she saw me. And how did you know that I was the one?
I think it wasn't about me knowing, because I think the way we thought, okay, the question, I think, poses so many questions, to know they are the one that you should start dating, or to know the one that probably you should spend your life with. Which part of it you want us to focus on?
Getting married to and spending the
time
life
together.
Yeah.
I think over time, when he asked me to marry, to be his girlfriend, I had so many question marks. Probably that the details will come into our next video when we discuss how we met. But over time, before we started dating, I was skeptical. I had my many reservations for reasons that happened, really. If you've previously been in a relationship that didn't work out well, so you always know, you won't go in with your 2 feet straight away. And when that happened, we started dating, and probably at that time we had enough time to build a relationship that by the time he proposed to me, I knew I wanted to spend the rest of my life with him. Yeah.
I think in my case as well, it wasn't this one big bang thing that happened. As she said, we built our relationship over time. She started out not liking me. I didn't even have an idea that she didn't like me. And over time, we built a relationship, and we got to know each other more and more. And I suppose we sort of naturally progressed towards me saying I would like to spend the rest of my life with Josephine.
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the one thing that you love about me?
Oh, this man, for the many years we've been together, 15 years, under 15 years, under 6 years, 16 years actually, because we shall be making 16 years in January, beginning of the year. So we're almost there since this is already November. Yeah, the one thing I like about him up to this day, he calls me every single day, even when we've had an argument. He still calls me when he's at work. Apart from a few times when he forgets, and actually, I'm now used to it that I tell him that he didn't call me. But yeah, that's one thing I like about him and I love about him. He's so kind. He checks on me every single day.
Oh. Yeah, and for me, it's many things, but I think I would say she puts me ahead of herself in all the things that we do, and we've had so many experiences which we will share over time.
Yeah.
And how she's just shown she puts me ahead of herself, and what that does is it makes me want to be a better man as well.
Oh,
yeah,
that's lovely to hear.
And what annoys you about me?
This he probably doesn't know, but I'll put it out in the camera, then probably will learn. One thing I don't like that he does a lot, is when we go shopping. We go shopping, walking around, looking by the eyes, he has his phone with him. In my mind, I'm like, why did I even come with him? He's on his phone, reading whatever, probably sports news. We have the kids with us. Probably he's gotten one to push the trolley and he's busy on his phone looking at it. That pisses me off. I never get to tell him, but sometimes I'm like, why did I come with him? And for that reason, he actually now does most of the house shopping. That took away the anger and anything that would bring anxiety around me. So he does the shopping because I hate that bit of it. Or if I must go shopping, probably into other stores, that's not grocery shopping, I'd rather do it by myself. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I've learned something. Yeah. For me, I'll probably get in trouble for this later. But Josie has. I tend to tell her this sometimes in passing. She has some sort of OCD of sorts, and so she'll want certain things arranged a certain way or done a certain way around the house. And maybe what I would say is, it used to be quite annoying, especially when we first got married, because I was like, well, I don't want it that way. I want it a different way. Over time, I've learned that there are little idiosyncrasies, as I call them, and you just get along. It's not going to kill anyone. It's not going to change the price of coffee. So, well, there are things that are not worth fighting about, I suppose you'd say. Great. And what do you love to do in your free time?
A few people who might know me, you might know that my greatest hobby, my happy place, is when I'm in my sewing room. I'm my self-taught dressmaker. I've taught myself over time with internet and YouTube. I love to make my clothes. I sew my own clothes, and I rarely sew for anyone else apart from my family. So that's my greatest hobby. Any free time. Actually, in the beginning, you used to feel uncomfortable. You used to complain about it, that any time we would have to sit around, I would tell him, I'm going to my sewing room, because I didn't want to sit and watch telly. I would rather do something more productive. So that's my one thing you would find me doing in my free time. Yep.
Yeah. And for myself, actually, she's probably just hinted at it. I love spending my free time with my family. So when I come, when I leave work, I just love coming home. I've learned to appreciate them. But sometimes, a lot of the time, actually, I watch sports. So I used to do lots of sports.
I was wondering, wow, that I missed out.
Yeah. So I watch sports to the extent that the kids now, they know all the football teams. They know all the Formula One teams, and they can tell you who is doing well in what race and so on and so forth. I've sort of stolen them in that sense.
In all honesty, what he loves to spend in his free time is watch sports. We've watched every sport you can imagine under the sky in this house. I've told him that a few times he's made me watch polo. He has denied that, and I asked him how did I know it was called polo if he had never made me watch it, because I'm not into sports. That's why I don't want to spend time on TV.
In a movie or something.
And
yeah, great. And maybe one fact about ourselves.
For the almost 16 years we've been together, we've never had a heated argument, have we?
No, not quite.
We've never raised our voices at each other.
Yeah.
And I think it has been a deliberate decision. Oh, in all honesty, I think if there was ever a chance, was when we were starting to date. Had the potential to do that, but I realized that he was a calm person who prefers to talk through things in a calm way. So I learned from the very beginning that this is how we handle things. So we've never raised our voices at each other. Even when we are angry, rather keep quiet and can let it calm down before we can share. Yeah. Which fact can you think of?
I think you've said it. I suppose there are many more facts that we'll be able to share along the way. Yeah.
Okay, we've come to the end of our couples tag. This was a Christian's couples tag. We are going to attach all the questions we've answered at the bottom of the video. If you are interested in taking part in this question, taking part in the couples tag, we shall leave a tag. We shall leave the questions at the bottom. Feel free to take part. And if you've come to the end of this video and you've watched the whole video, please like the video, comment and subscribe. And we're also interested to know which kind of content you'd want to see on this channel. Feel free to leave us questions of what you would want us to kind of videos you'd want us to produce on this channel. And we plan to upload marriage-related videos, Christian dating, Christian advice. From my experience, we won't promise you that we have all the answers, but we shall always give the advice when we know we are able to. And if you've come this far, thank you for watching. And don't leave without subscribing. Until next time, see you.
See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.